I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started on the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, let me first direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. And once you're good and educated about the show, click on that merchandise link. It's going to take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt, our Pride logo t-shirt, and so many more special event t-shirts and all the things you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades Puck. All of the gimmicks, they're all still there. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets. You can outfit your entire person or your entire home with Renegades Puck merchandise. And you know what? We'd appreciate it if you would go ahead and do so. After all, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this operation here. So here's how you can support the Renegades of Puck. You can find us on Threads, which we are trying to do more work on there. You can still find us on X. Don't know how much longer you can find us on there. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all good options. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscription on any or all of those, and you can certainly help us out. YouTube, we are doing better. A couple of new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Stick taps, love, and respect. We need a lot more subscribers, though. We need to up our numbers. We need to boost what we're doing on YouTube. So please check out Renegades of Puck TV on YouTube and just search Renegades of Puck. Give us a follow and subscribe to the channel, and then click on those notifications so you know when we're putting out our brand new videos. We sure would appreciate it. Now, the audio podcast is doing incredible thanks to the Full Press Predators podcast and Full Press NHL coverage. You can find us on a myriad of different platforms. Just search Renegades of Puck on your preferred platform today, or check us out on Google, Stitcher, Amazon, Spotify, all of those different platforms, and so many others. You can find the Renegades of Puck podcast. We are getting very close to a significant milestone number with replays and downloads for the year. So we'd really appreciate if you could help us out by helping us get to that benchmark achievement coming up here very, very soon. Venmo, just one more thing to promo. That's how you can support your Renegades financially. If you'd like to make a donation or become a sponsor, scan the QR code that's currently on your screen or just search Renegades of Puck in Venmo. Every dollar goes a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck, and you've seen the upgrades over the last couple of seasons, and now it's more behind-the-scenes stuff, and honestly, I never thought I would have to be managing data storage and upgrading things like that, but that is where we were at, and we sure were able to get it done thanks to generous donations due to benefactors just like you out there. So thanks, Renegades. Sure to appreciate each and every one of you. Now listen, it's time to stop with the promos and time to get on with the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, and I'm well aware of that, so let's get to the goods. It's time for operation number 803. That's right, show number 803. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves tied for first place, but since they played 2 games, they're technically in fourth place. The Predators have played 2 games on the regular season. They have a record of 1-1, and they have 2 points, and that is the same amount that 5 other teams in the Central Division have. On the road, where the Nashville Predators' next game will take place against the Boston Bruins, the Preds have a record of 0-1. The Preds have scored 6 goals on the season, and they have given up 5 goals against. Now, for the Nashville Predators, it's the first of 2 regular season meetings against their Eastern Conference Boston Bruins. They will not skate against each other again until damn near the end of the season. It won't happen until April the 2nd when the Boston Bruins come here to Nashville to face off against the Preds at Bridgestone Arena. In the meantime, the Nashville Predators, after wrapping up this 1-game road trip in Boston, will come back home on Tuesday night to face off against the Edmonton Oilers. Then another 1-game road trip back to New York to take on the Rangers at Madison Square Garden. And then finally some sustainability in the Predator schedule on the 21st of October at home against the Sharks, 24th against the Vancouver Canucks, on the 28th again at home against Toronto Maple Leafs. So the Preds finally get off this yo-yo of a schedule to begin the season. So far, so good with a 1-1 start. Now, for the Boston Bruins, they've only played 1 game on the season. They have a record of 1-0 due to a 3-1 victory versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Linus Ullmark went 20-21 and got the victory, and that took place on 10-11. That was opening night for the NHL. Now, there aren't a lot of numbers or rankings at this point, but getting into the habit, getting into delivering it the style that we do in the format that we do, we'll go ahead and buzz through it really quickly. Now, for the Boston Bruins, they've only played 1 game. They scored 3 goals, so therefore they are scoring 3 goals per game. That is tied for 16th in the NHL. That's right. It's already got a ranking on it. The Nashville Predators are also scoring 3 goals per game through 2 games. That is ranked 13th currently in the league. The Preds are giving up 2.50 goals per game. That is 12th overall in the NHL, while the Boston Bruins are giving up only 1 goal throughout their 1 game. Shots on goal are the same for each team, 33 apiece. Shots against, the Nashville Predators giving up 28.5 per game. That's ninth best in the NHL so far through 2 games. Shots against 4. Boston, 21. That is best overall. They've given up the least amount of shots overall in the NHL through their 1 game. The power play for the Nashville Predators, 14.3%. Let's not start with the 14.3%. Let's get this bumped up a little bit. That's good for 13th through 2 games. They are only 1 out of 7, and they did fail to score on a 5-on-3 opportunity, a lengthy 5-on-3 opportunity. The Boston Bruins actually have a power play percentage of 0. They're 0 for 3 on the season, and I don't expect it's going to stay that way for very long. The penalty kill for the Nashville Predators, 71.4%. They've given up 2 power play goals against on the season. The Bruins, 100%. They've killed off all 4 shorthanded opportunities against them. When it comes to the stats through 2 games for the Nashville Predators, one quick note, forgot to mention injuries. Luke Schenn is considered day-to-day with a lower body injury. Defenseman Schenn for the Nashville Predators missed this game and also is expected to be out for at least the next couple of days. Now, on to the statistics. Juuso Parssinen through 2 games, 2 goals, the only Nashville Predator with 2 goals on the board, no assists, 2 points overall. O'Reilly, new addition to the Nashville Predators, so far making himself very, very noticeable in the lineup. 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points, and it's well beyond what he's putting up in points. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Nyquist gets his first goal as a Nashville Predator, had an assist on that one. He's got 2 points. Forsberg's got 2 assists for 2 points, and McDonough also with 2 assists for 2 points. UC Saros through 2 games has a record of 101, a 2.05 goals against average, and a .929 save percentage. Now, in the first game for the Boston Bruins, not surprising to see that Pastrnak had 2 of their 3 goals. Frederick had the other goal. Lucic, Marchand, Carlo, all with an assist on the season for 1 point. Linus Ullmark is 1-0. He's only given up 1 goal on the season, and he was 20 out of 21. And, of course, one of the tops in the entirety of the NHL. Looking forward to this goaltending matchup between Linus Ullmark and UC Saros. 2 of the best overall in the league, and 2 that could be competing for many, many years to come in the Vezina Trophy category. So that's got you all set up for the Nashville Predators' first meeting of the season against the Boston Bruins. Second game already on the East Coast over in the Eastern Conference, this time against the Bruins. A tough building to go and play in and a very difficult team to play against. The Bruins 1-0, the Preds 1-1 early on the season. That's got you all set up for that game. Now we've got to go back. It was the home opener for the Nashville Predators. The Seattle Kraken are in town, and the Nashville Predators are already playing in their second game of the season. We got to recap that whole thing. We got to go into great detail about it. Got it coming up, play-by-play, goal-by-goal, and every other detail that you need to know coming up on the Rebirth Sports full game recap right after this.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
Welcome back to the Renegades of Puck podcast. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to October the 12th, the year 2023, when the Nashville Predators were opening up the home schedule against the Seattle Kraken. Second game of the season. New head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Parssinen promising first game. Good to see them getting another opportunity here in the second game. Nyquist, Glass, and Cole Smith. Tomasino, Novak, and Evangelista. And then we have Trennan, Sissons, and Sherwood making up your fourth line. Yossi and Fabro. Dante Fabro making his season debut after being scratched on opening night. Luke Schenn out injured day-to-day. McDonough and Carrier, your second pair. Luzon and Barry make up your third pair. And, of course, UC Saros gets the start. And after a whole bunch of wonderful lead-up and ceremonies and introductions and all of those things, it's finally time to drop the puck at Bridgestone Arena. We are a minute and 21 seconds into the game, and it is Borgen and Forsberg with matching minors. 4-on-4 action for the next 2 minutes. That's where we see Grubauer coming up with his first save of the game on glass. It's the first shot on goal of the game. Saros then makes his first save on Wenberg and then comes up with another save on Bjorkstrand before we return to 5-on-5 action. That's at 4:09 of the first period when Grubauer comes with a save on glass at 5:05 of the first period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Dunn, and then pounces on the rebound as it was in a dangerous area. 8:39 of the first period. Grubauer comes with a save on Yossi's heavy shot. 10:59. Saros save on Burakovsky. 11:53. Saros a save on Bjorkstrand. 13:28. Saros a save on Schultz. Kraken generating some offense here in the midpoint of the first period. At 13:51 of the first period, though, the Predators get back to work. Grubauer comes with a save on Glass's backhander from the mid slot. Sweet play right here by Cody Glass. 17:53. Grubauer another save, this time on Cole Smith. At 18:56 of the first period, it is Jussi Saros coming up with a save on a double deflection from a shot from long range. 19:37 of the first period, first penalty of the game, first power play of the game. Dumoulin's off the box, 2 minutes for slashing on Sherwood. We would see a carryover of 1 minute and 38 seconds into the second period of that, but go back to the end of the first period. Shots on goal. Nashville 15, much better than the first period in Tampa Bay. Seattle 12. Carryover of 138 on the power play, and we see Alexiak off to the box pretty much immediately, 5 seconds into the period. He's off 2 minutes for puck over the glass. That means a 5-on-3 for the Nashville Predators for 1 minute and 31 seconds potentially. We'd see Grubauer go with a save on Barry. Josi could not get to the post to get to the rebound quickly enough. Grubauer then would come up with another save on O'Reilly, and the Seattle Kraken would be able to survive the 5-on-3 and then the 5-on-4. Back to 5-on-5 action, 4:51 of the second period. Saros comes up with a stick save at close range at 6:01 of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Kachetov from out high. 6:22. Saros a save on McCann. Seattle Kraken clearly pushing right here against Nashville Predators. 8:55. We find Glass heading off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing, but it is in fact Colton Sissons scoring a shorthanded goal, his first of the season. The Predators steal the puck, win a battle, and get a backhand finish from Colton Sissons, one of the most reliable penalty killers the Preds have ever had. So again, just to take it all the way back, the Nashville Predators did a good job stealing the puck in their own zone, flipped it down the ice, one of a number of times we saw that tonight, and then it was Colton Sissons winning the battle. He found an extra gear and then finds the backhand finish. Sweet finish right there to give the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead, their first lead of the season and their first goal on home ice of the season. 11:17 of the second period. Grubauer comes with a save on Josi at the back door. He was cutting in, and that was a great opportunity right there. Really good, strong save by Grubauer. 11:43, Grubauer's come up with another save on Forsberg, this time off of the rush with some intense speed by Philip Forsberg. At 12:05, Dunn is off to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. The Predators were buzzing all over the place and earning a power play right here. It's going to be Grubauer coming with a save on Evangelista's wraparound opportunity from behind the net. 14:35, now back to 5-on-5 action. Grubauer save on Trennan after a turnover at close range. 17:25, Grubauer save on Fabro's heavy wrist shots. Good release right here by Dante Fabro, looking good through 2 periods in this game. 18:26 of the second period. Grubauer comes with a save on Trennan at the top of the crease, and the Nashville Predators really pouring on some intense pressure here at the end of the second period, and the shots on goal definitely reflect that. Nashville Predators now 28 shots on goal, Seattle only 16, so the Kraken only able to generate 4 shots on goal in the second period. We flip over to a clean sheet for the Nashville Predators and the Seattle Kraken at Bridgestone Arena going into the final 20 minutes of regulation, and at 4:05 of the third period, Jussi Saros comes up with a save on Schwartz with plenty of traffic in front. Very good tracking on this particular shot. At 4:24 of the third period, Sissons is off to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Jussi Saros would come up with a save on Eli Tolvanen. McDonough would then block 3 shots. McDonough would block 3 shots on this penalty kill, and I can relate. I've done that before, and I don't know how McDonough continues to do that night after night in NHL level. With 3 block shots for Ryan McDonough, the penalty kill for the Nashville Predators was really buying into playing hard defense. A lot of mayhem, if you will, out there, and I'll follow that up here in just a little bit. 8:48 of the third period. Back to 5-on-5 hockey again. It's Grubauer coming with a save on Parsonen's tip in front. 9:13 of the third period. It is Grubauer coming with a save on Forsberg, again off of the rush and with speed. Philip Forsberg certainly looking very, very good through the first 2 games of this season. 10:03 of the third period. It is Nyquist Nyquist coming up with his first goal as a Nashville Predator. Delayed penalty call, extra attacker on. He banks the shot off of the defenseman's skate. Now, a couple of things you have to point out in this play. First of all, it was an extended delayed penalty call, and it was O'Reilly with the keep-in, selling out, giving up the body, laying out, and keeping the puck in the zone. And the overall effort by the entire team, and Philip Forsberg setting the big-time screen in front, occupying the defenseman, who ended up kicking the puck into his own net. So overall, for everyone on the Nashville Predators that were on the ice, all 6 of those players, a very just incredible effort, and it was definitely appreciated and noticed by the home crowd. The home crowd started getting louder and louder as the third period went on, as you would expect, but we haven't seen that in a while. So Nyquist, his first goal as a Nashville Predators. Nashville now leads Seattle 2-0. Back on the clock, 13-16 of the third period. Grubauer comes up with a save on Luke Evangelista. We hit the empty net scenario with 3:29 remaining. At 17:20, it would be Eberle hitting the post, and then at 18:19, Parsonen from 2/3 of the way down the ice from his own blue line gets the empty netter, and his second goal of the season, the first Nashville Predator with multiple goals on the season, and that gives the Preds a 3-0 lead over the Kraken on home ice. It would remain intense until the final seconds would tick off. One thing left to check on in 1924, UC Saros locks it down with one more big save on Dumoulin, and he would earn the shutout. The Nashville Predators would win 3-0. The Nashville Predators would also outshoot Seattle 35-23, and I came up with a little bit of a phrase as the second and the third period were going along, and it was tenacious effort and mayhem. That's what I was seeing from this Nashville Predators team on home ice tonight. Very different. Look, they showed they could compete 5-on-5 with the Tampa Bay Lightning and had spurts where they looked really good. But if this is what the Nashville Predators can bottle up and unleash on the opponent each and every night, then this is going to be a very interesting Predators team to watch. So again, I wrote it down right there. It says tenacious effort and mayhem. Team defense. I thought the Nashville Predators executed team effort all night long against the Seattle Kraken. The Seattle Kraken team is a very good team. Off to an 0-2 start on the season, but the Kraken, a playoff team last year, and are certainly a quality opponent for this Nashville Predators to get a victory against on opening night at Bridgestone Arena, and beyond just getting the opening night victory, the shutout for UC Saros, the youth and the new players on display, Parsonen representing the youth, and of course Nyquist representing the new players on display, and Colton Sissons, the most reliable veteran the Nashville Predators have right now, and he is out there getting things done. I thought that Dante Fabro also looked really good in his season debut, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him out there on the ice. We have so much to break down. We've got Brian Baston coming up. We've got stats. We've got analysis. We've got full box score breakdown and more coming up on the Renegades of Puck podcast. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap right here from the bunker. We're bringing you tenacious effort and mayhem. We're bringing you team defense here from the bunker with the Renegades of Puck. Sure to appreciate each and every one of you joining the show. We'll be right back after this.
Hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back to Renegades of Puck podcast. UC Saros in this game. 23-4-23, his first shutout of the season. Solid overall performance, and I've got to tell you, the Nashville Predators defense team defense, which we're going to go into a little bit more extensively before the end of this analysis segment, they helped only allow 11 shots on goal for Seattle in the second and third periods combined. So in the final 40 minutes of the game, with a lengthy 6-on-5 at the end and some shorthanded opportunities, the Seattle Kraken only had 11 shots, and UC Saros only had to make 11 of his 23 saves in the final 40 minutes. So in the first period, a lot of back and forth action. UC Saros was solid. This was just a good, strong performance by UC Saros, and the team in front of him played incredibly hard. You could feel it as the fans were getting more and more into it as the first turned into the second and the second turned into the third, and as the third was waning, the Nashville Predators fan base, wow, that was pretty fun to hear them have that type of momentum in their enthusiasm for the team again. So UC Saros, 1-1 on the season, has his first shutout. Colton Sissons with the shorthanded goal. Legacy move. Somewhere Vern Fiddler had the hairs on the back of his neck stand up, and he thought to himself, it's happened again. Someone on the Nashville Predators has used my game-winning penalty shot shootout winner, forehand, backhand, high. We call it the Nashville Predators breakaway / penalty shot legacy move. It's been executed by a number of fantastic Nashville Predators over the years, and Colton Sissons has certainly seen it happen. Short-handed, love everything about the way the Nashville Predators generated this first goal on home ice this season. They stole the puck while short-handed, got a good long pass down the ice. Colton Sissons wins the skate battle and then finishes strong with the legacy move. Loved everything about that right there, and always enjoy when Colton Sissons gets an opportunity to get on the board. He is truly one of the most reliable veterans and one of the most solid players this team has had for so long now, and I think he goes a little bit underappreciated. So great to see Colton Sissons' shorthanded goal, first goal of the season for Colton Sissons, first goal at home for the Nashville Predators, and the game-winning goal in this game. Nyquist, first goal with the Preds. I told you, we always have time to recognize a player on the franchise when they get a milestone or they get their first achievement with the team. Nyquist in Tampa Bay picked up his first assist, first point as a Predator, and now first goal with the Nashville Predators. Congratulations on that. It was the second goal of the game for the Nashville Predators. Came on a delayed penalty call, and it was a lengthy delayed penalty call. The Preds were doing an incredible job of moving the puck around, but at the end of the play, at the end of all of that good movement, it was simply a puck that was put on net, and good things happened. Off of the defenseman's skate into the net, Nyquist has his first goal as a Nashville Predator, and that gave the Preds a 2-0 lead. And then we saw, of course, Parson with the empty netter 2/3 of the way down the ice. Just the confidence to take that shot at the point in his career he's in. They made a point of that on the broadcast, and I would like to accentuate that point. I thought that was a very, very confident move to throw the puck from his own side of the red line down towards the empty net. So that gives you the 3 goals. McDonough had an assist in this game, skated 21:06 and blocked 3 shots on 1 penalty kill opportunity. Ryan McDonough has always been one of my favorite defensemen to look at. I just consider him to be a leader among leaders when it comes to blue liners in the modern day NHL. I thought he was that when he was with the New York Rangers. I thought he was that when he was with Tampa Bay. And now, though he may be getting a bit older, he's still got it out there on the ice. And McDonough looked incredible in this game, and 2 points in 2 games. I think that his influence over the young defensemen in this franchise and this organization is going to be one of the more incredibly important things. And we also have to talk about O'Reilly in exactly the same way with the forwards. We couldn't talk about it enough when O'Reilly came in. Put Glass, put Novak with him as much as you possibly can. Have them follow him around, take notes, learn, observe, do everything, because O'Reilly is the quintessential center that everybody should want on their team. And the Nashville Predators getting him on their team at this point in time during a redevelop, rebuild, retool, something. Ryan O'Reilly is showing he can be a motivator and a leader that helps show the forwards what to do, just like I think McDonough is going to do with the defense. Though, the long pass, we've talked a lot about how Andrew Burnett was going to bring in his own style, a new style, fast, loud, fun. There's nothing faster. There's nothing more fun than one of these home run passes connecting, and that's where the loud comes in, because if you finish off on one of these plays, the whole rink goes ahead and jumps out of their seats and they get loud real fast. So the long pass was clearly being utilized. I can't think of a time when the Nashville Predators were using a lengthy dump pass, a punt type play, other than when PK Subban was out there and he would flip the puck in the third dimension up over the top of the forecheckers out into the neutral zone and just allow Philip Forsberg or one of the other speedy Predators at the time to skate into it. The Predators are clearly trying to utilize the long pass to get behind the D and go ahead and get some scoring opportunities. We saw it a number of times tonight. Philip Forsberg, his timing is going to connect very soon. Off of the rush, receiving some long passes and driving to the net hard. He looked wonderful out there on the rink. Didn't convert, but you can see that he had some drive, and the Predators seem to get their legs under them and get their skates under them. They're just winning those races to those loose pucks, skating into it and getting opportunities. So the long pass, looking forward to seeing how the Predators can continue to utilize that, build upon that, and how it becomes more instinctual, as we've talked about so many times on the show in the past. Team defense. I put capital TEAM on this thing, and I consider that acronym to be tenacious effort and mayhem. You saw tonight at Bridgestone Arena several times the Seattle Kraken would try to break over the blue line, get into the offensive zone, and set up to go to work. The only problem for the Seattle Kraken was in the second and third period, once they got over the blue line, they ran into a hornet's nest of sticks and bodies and mayhem. Team defense in front of UC Saros. Only 11 shots on goal in the final 40 minutes. You know that the team in front of him was playing incredibly well. So we are going to start talking about the tenacious effort and mayhem of this new Nashville Predators team. If they can focus and they can play together as a group like that, 5 players on the ice, all being a problem for the offensive players, well, that is going to be something that the Predators fan base can get behind, cheer for, recognize, and something that will allow the Nashville Predators to have success. 2 different things we just pointed out that show how the Nashville Predators, though they may be young, though they may be retooling, can be successful. That long pass can generate a lot of offense, not always goals, but a lot of offense, and maybe more importantly, can back the other team off just a little bit, make them more calculating, make them more cautious, make the Nashville Predators blue line a little more lethal to come across when you might turn it over and send it the other way. And then that absolute tenacious effort and mayhem on defense, that team defense. It's something I'm going to be tracking, something I'm going to be looking forward, and trust me, since I made up the acronym for it while I was watching the game, it's something you're probably going to hear about quite a bit. That's going to do it for the analysis. Nashville Predators win their first home game of the season at Bridgestone Arena. They do it in fine fashion, beating a playoff team from last year, the Seattle Kraken, 3-0, getting UC Saros the shutout and looking good while doing it. And the team and the crowd and everybody got to enjoy opening night at the rink. Always special to welcome back hockey here in Smashville. We'll be right back. We've got box score. We've got Brian Baston. We've got the close, and probably more than that. I'll probably come up with something right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. Let's take a look at the box score. It's nice and symmetrical. 3 goals, 3 assists, really easy. So Nyquist, Parsons, and Sissons are your goal scorers for the game. Cole Smith picks up an assist, his first point of the season. Alex Carrier picks up an assist. Alex Carrier, quiet, solid performance tonight. Ryan McDonough picks up an assist as well. So 3 goals, 3 assists for the Nashville Predators. That's going to do it for all of the scoring. But there's a lot of nuance to look at in this box score, and there's some things I really am looking forward to pointing out. Shots on goal. Philip Forsberg, again, did not convert tonight, but looked good on his skates. Looked good on the rush, receiving long passes, getting to the net. 5 shots on goal, led the Nashville Predators. Luke Evangelista, not only that fancy wraparound opportunity on the power play, but 3 other shots on goal for a total of 4 in this game. So it's great to see Luke Evangelista, third line, not being intimidated whatsoever to continue trying to generate the offense that we know he can. Listen, he's a young player, and it's going to be up and down, hit and miss from time to time, but I believe Luke Evangelista is an NHL player, and he just needs time to get that under his belt, and he will. Blocked shots, another category I just wanted to point out, because Alex Carey and Ryan McDonough. Alex Carey 4, Ryan McDonough 3, and on the penalty kill is where most of these block shots came from. Ryan McDonough was clearly a boss on that one PK out there with 3 block shots, and Alex Carey slow and steady throughout the entire game with a great performance. Each of those defensemen had 3:09 in shorthanded time on ice in this game. Highly impressive, since they did stop the Seattle Kraken from getting any power play goals. So a nice job right there. We go to the hits category, and we have multiple players to talk about. Kiefer Sherwood had 4, and Cole Smith had 4. They tied for the team lead. Yakov Trenin with 3, and Luzon with 3 in this game. Thought the Nashville Predators played a decent physical game. They could have probably ramped it up a little bit more, but they were playing such a good, tight, solid defensive game in the final 40 minutes. They really didn't need to start going out of their way to cause hits. They were playing good, tenacious defense as a team, and they didn't need to be going out of their way to get a lot of hits. So the hits didn't really pile up in this game. But here is something I did want to point out, and Ryan O'Reilly is going to be a player that we can go into the deepest of the deep stats and find just interesting things. 4 takeaways in this game, and don't forget the keep-in that he had, selling out, laying out on the belly, and keeping that puck into the offensive zone, giving the Nashville Predators an opportunity to score a goal. So Ryan O'Reilly with 4 takeaways in this game. Your time on ice leaders out of the forward grouping: Philip Forsberg 20-32, Ryan O'Reilly 20-10. Out of your defensemen, the captain Roman Josi, as is usual, leads the total team on ice. 23-18 in total. Want to point out McDonough's 21-06 as well, and also Alex Carey's 20-50 in total time on ice. In net, UC Saros, first star of the game, and of course the goaltender's always going to get that recognition when he gets a shutout. 23 out of 23, only had to make 2 of those saves on the shorthanded situation on the power play for Seattle. So UC Saros gets his first shutout of the season, only 11 saves in the final 40 minutes of regulation. So that's going to do it for the box score, but that's not going to do it for the numbers, because he's got the charts you need to see, the numbers you need to know from ontheforecheck.com. He is the one and only Brian Baston, and Brian was covering all things Nashville Predators hockey versus Seattle Kraken from Bridgestone Arena. Brian, show's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Charlie. Well, head coach Andrew Brunette and GM Barry Trotz had their first games back at Bridgestone Arena in gold after, well, some time away, but led by UC Saros and his 23-save shutout, the Seattle Kraken came into Bridgestone boasting a pretty potent offense and walked out with absolutely nothing on the scoreboard. And while they did get goals from Colton Sissons, Gustav Nyquist, and an empty netter from Juuso Parssinen, there was one big story that I noticed over these first 2 games that has nothing to do with those guys. And, even the forward group of Forsberg, Parson, and O'Reilly, who, again, were incredible tonight. But the bigger story is going to be 2 players that have been under the surface. You probably haven't noticed too much of them, but they have led this team on the ice and have been dominant in their play. And they are going to be the topic of tonight's one big stat. Tonight's stat is 11. That's the number of blocks the pair of Alex Carrier and Ryan McDonough have had in their first 2 games, where they've logged over 25 minutes of ice time together at 5-on-5. Now, I brought up blocks because obviously if you watched this game, you saw the 3 critical blocks that Ryan McDonough had on the penalty kill late in the game that kept Seattle from scoring and tying the game up. I mean, the man put his body literally on the line and throwing his body in front of pucks and kept Nashville safely with the lead. And while blocks are pretty important, the duo has excelled at pretty much every other aspect of the game so far. Neither has picked up a single penalty in those 25 minutes together. The Predators have had 9 high-danger shots, as opposed to opponents with just 4 while those two were on the ice, and they outdid both Seattle and Tampa together on shot attempts. Shot attempts 29-24, shots on goal 19-10, and expected goals 2.2 to 0.9. And, of course, if you're looking for the stats that really matter, well, they haven't given up a goal while they're on the ice at 5-on-5 either, while the Preds were able to get one with the duo there as well. Now, Alex Carrier has come a long way from his days stuck on the Milwaukee Admirals roster, and the arrival of Ryan McDonagh last season was a pleasant surprise for sure, but not many expected the two to play so well together or together at all. But after just 2 games under head coach Andrew Brunette, the duo looks like a legitimate NHL defensive pair, and the unlikely defense partners look, well, pretty likely to keep it up as the season progresses. And that's tonight's one big stat. Charlie?
Thank you so much, Brian. Sure to appreciate all of your hard work and appreciate everybody's efforts today. It takes a lot to put on opening day at the rink, and Bridgestone Arena does it incredibly well. They had to rebuild a lot of stuff after the floods that happened early in the season last year, so the renovations, they all look very, very good. The building looks incredible. The rink looked great. Everything outside, it was a beautiful day, perfect weather. So it was a great day to open up the rink. Great to see all the faces and the personalities and all the people that I've known for 20 years now covering Nashville Predators hockey, not always as a part of the Renegades of Puck. The Renegades of Puck didn't come along till quite a bit later, as many of you know. But 20 years ago, I came to Nashville to start covering this thing called the Nashville Predators, and I started by jotting stats down on a wall calendar at my apartment in college. Now it's 20 years later. We're 803 episodes into our own show, the Renegades of Puck, and we're going to keep doing it. And it was so much fun to see everybody out there today, see some people, shake some hands, smile, laugh, all the things that you expect to do when you get out to the rink. It's great to have hockey back in Nashville. And just to close out the show, you have to say congratulations to Barry Trotz for his first victory as the Nashville Predators general manager, his first victory as a general manager. So he has now won games as a Nashville Predators head coach and, of course, the Nashville Predators general manager. And, of course, Andrew Brunette. First time officially being a head coach, no interim tag. He is the head coach in only his second game as the Nashville Predators head coach. He was a part of the original team, and now he is a part of the team behind the bench. So he has some significant milestones as a Predators player, and now add one as a coach, his first victory as head coach in the NHL. Listen to his post-game comments and his conversations. Now listen, he said it. A win is good. I'll take a win, especially early in the season when things are still coming together. But he also very smartly pointed out there are things that can be improved upon. Hey, you win a game 3-0 over a team that was in the playoffs last year. Your goaltender gets a shutout. It's good to hear the coach is focused on the long-term goal, not the short-term victory. I thought Andrew Brunette sounded great, professional, and a good head coach in the post-game comments that he made on the broadcast. So great to see him getting his first victory. Congratulations, and I hope there are many more to come because I say it all the time. When the Nashville Predators win, it's good for business for the Renegades of Puck. More people listen, more people watch, more people click, and more people want to have me on their show as a guest when the Nashville Predators are winning games, and I rather like appearing on other people's shows and making money and being successful. So when the Predators are successful, it's good for business. So we appreciate the Preds picking up that victory on opening night. That's going to do it for episode number 803. I can't imagine what else I could throw in there. Renegades of Puck Hockey Club took it on the chin a couple hours ago. Tough loss. Skip, hope you're okay. Skip took a shot right off the outside of the knee. Good morning, Skip. I hope you're doing all right, drinking your morning coffee, getting ready for work, and I hope that leg is feeling all right. I blocked a couple of shots in that game. I am not all right, and I'm not feeling all right. I blocked one in the ribs. I blocked one with the middle of my foot, and I blocked one with my throat. Not a great performance overall, but hey, I got in the shooting lanes, didn't I? That's going to do it for episode number 803. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your time. The most important thing of all is I appreciate you. I am your host and Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.